What is going on, guys? My name is billysamjay and welcome back to another video. So today on the agenda is 6 things that you need to drop right now in order to level up, okay? Let me start off this video with an analogy. So listen here, in order to take off, you need to drop things that are weighing you down. And here are 6 things that are weighing you down that you just don't need anymore. So let's get into it. All right, so number 1 is saying yes to everything and everyone. You don't need to be doing that anymore. I appreciate you might want to be a helpful guy, someone who looks out for people, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, you are a human being trying to make it as well. So if you're saying yes to absolutely every task, from work colleagues, from your boss, from your parents, from your friends. Can you pick me up from this place? Can you take me here? Do you mind just staying back a little bit and doing this for me? All these things. If you generally don't have the energy, capacity, or time to saying yes to all these things, then you will just weigh yourself down so much. When you finally give yourself the time, the space, and energy, and by saying no to everybody, you can finally start saying yes to yourself. And that is so important. Tip number 2, we are flying through this already. All right, tip number 2 is stop buying shit that you do not need. You don't need it anymore, it's useless. Now, seriously, I have a problem with garments, all right? Check this out. You know what's crazy? I literally wear the same black muscle fit t-shirt almost every day. There is no need for all these clothes. I love fashion, I love dressing fresh, and it's something I'm quite passionate about. But realistically, you could half my wardrobe and I could still look just as good. Personally, I haven't actually bought any extra garments in a very long time. However, this is a byproduct of week after week after week after week of just spending addiction on material things I just don't need. When realistically, all of this is actually just money that's been turned into clothes. If you were to ask me now, what would you rather have? Another t-shirt or more money? And I could change all of these clothes back to the money that I spent on it, I'd take that cash right away. So learn from my mistakes, save yourself the cheddar, and stop spending it on silly things like clothes, and stop spending it on things that you know you need to stop right now. Tip number 3. All right, tip number 3 is your bloody excuses. You have to take some self-accountability and stop giving yourself excuses, because at the end of the day, the only person you are jeopardizing is yourself. And why would we want to jeopardize ourselves? Don't miss a workout and be like, oh, because I was a bit sore from the last workout, or don't eat that slice of cake when it was like, oh, but it was just in front of me and everybody else was having a slice. Honestly, take some self-accountability. Don't do the blame game, because it just gets you nowhere. And just don't eat that slice of cake. Make sure you go to the gym, even if you're a bit sore, and don't give yourself excuses, because you're just tricking yourself, but the only person who's getting hurt in the long run is you. So no more excuses, self-accountability, and when we start implementing that, honestly, your mental game just improves tenfold, right? So tip number 3, no more excuses. Tip number 4 is too easy, baby, it's too easy. The 4th thing that you need to drop is your pants. The 4th thing that you need to drop is Coca-Cola, fizzy drinks, all this. The only thing that you need to be drinking is Highland spring water. It doesn't necessarily have to be this brand, but honestly, as a human being, do you think we were designed to drink Coca-Cola with 12 cubes of sugar inside of it? It blows my mind, and it's so addictive, and you're like, oh no, but I love Coke, I'm fine, I need it. It's because you're addicted to it. It's so addictive. And if you're kidding yourself and be like, oh, it's not that addictive, try never having one again. You don't understand that. But that should prove to you that it's not good for you at all. The only liquid that you need to be consuming is water. Not from the tap, because it's full of fluoride that is just going to calcify your pineal gland. We can get into that in another video. Not mineral water, because it's pretty much just glorified tap water. Spring water from the mountains, from the Himalayas, baby. All right, I don't need to explain why water is good for you. If I do, we've got a serious problem. So, tip number 4, you need to drop all this sugary drinks and start drinking agua. Tip number 5 is feel alive, and the way to do this is by dropping breakfast. You heard it here first from a man who's on a bulk. You need to drop breakfast. You won't understand the power of intermittent fasting, not eating until 11 or 12 or even maybe 1 p.m. Oh my days, the focus, the energy that you obtain is actually crazy. You can have a coffee in the morning, I do that too, but honestly, as soon as you eat food, especially carbs, if you're having cereal, you're smashing in croissants or sausage rolls or something, you just have this desire to be like, oh, I'm so hungry, I just want to eat. But imagine just having that and then not eating. You're literally hungry for success. There's a reason why they say hungry for success, not energized for success. Hungry for success because you're genuinely like, oh, I'm actually really hungry. Like I could just dig my lashes into a burger right now. That's how I feel most mornings. Obviously, you can't just not eat anything all day. So around 11 or 12 p.m, I then indulge. But for that first period from 6 a.m. till 12 p.m, and you don't eat, oh my days, the power, the energy, the focus, tenfold. And number 6 is drop comparison. You don't need to compare yourself to people because it can be quite a demotivator. You can be motivated by people, of course, be inspired by certain others, by their Instagram, by their YouTube channel, but don't get bitter, don't get jealous, and don't compare your chapter 1 to their chapter 10, because everyone's got a different life, everyone's got a different story. You might be the same age as me, or him, or her. I'm a 24-year-old man. I'm sure there's a few other British 24-year-olds out there who are millionaires already. I cannot get like, oh, we're the same age, why am I not a millionaire as well? Their chapter is so different to mine, and my chapter is so different to theirs, and it's just a completely different game, and we're all gonna make it. There's room at the top for everyone, but keeping that mindset can be quite difficult when you're in a constant place of comparison. Just focus on yourself, and the only person that you need to actually impress or beat is who you were yesterday. And that way, you're just gonna win. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take this advice on board, drop all the shit that you just don't need anymore, and by doing that, you will be able to lift off so much easier and so much more efficiently. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, peace. Oh, cheeky bonus clip. Check out the setup. Pretty professional. Great hair product, by the way, if any of you boys are wondering.